Hi. Today, I was asked a question about how to do mixed cell references. That was in regards to absolute addressing, relative addressing, and so I'd like to discuss a little bit about what the difference is between the two. If I go here in cell E and I hit the equal sign, I can then add this by putting a plus sign to this cell. These two are relative addresses. Hit enter. If I go here, see, I added the two together. If I pull this down all the way, you'll see I added the 4 and 2, but here I only added nothing and 5, here nothing and 0, nothing and 10, and then 11 and 12. That is because this is relative, and when I pull it down, it changes from A1 plus B1 to A2 plus B2, and then C, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. If I instead now take this and drag it across here, you'll see I only get the 7, I get nothing, then I get the 8 because it's using this address, then I get 15. It has changed the A and B to E and F. If I drag all of these down, you see I have a huge variety of numbers. Now instead, if I were to take this cell, highlight the A1, and then if I hit the F4 key, I'm on A1, I hit the F4. Well, on my computer, the F4 key is not working. So I will do this without hitting the key. What happens is if you put a $sign in front of whatever you're working on, whatever column or row, that means that when I copy this, do not change the A. Okay, so let's hit enter. And then I'm going to go here and now watch what happens when I copy it across. It always has the A. So it's A plus C, A plus D, A plus E, A plus F. It only changed that. Now, if I copy these all down again, you notice it always keeps the A cell, and then it changes again each of these. Now, let's try it again, and instead, this time, let's click on the cell, and I'm going to put a $sign in front of the B, and hit enter. Now, if I copy this across, it always does the same thing because it's always using A and B. If I copy it down, it always does the same thing, always doing A and B, A and B, A and B, A and B. Now, if I take this and I put a in front of A1, in front of the 1, that makes both the A and the 1 absolute. They never change. Now, if I copy that across, the $1, it doesn't affect anything. But if I copy it down, I'm always using A1, not A2, not A3, not A4, not A5. I'm always using A1. If I put the same thing in front of the B, do it up here, put it in front of the B1, and now I copy it, it always stays the same every place. no matter where I have it, it will always be the same because it's absolute. Now, the key thing is that what some people are not clear about is this is an absolute cell reference. This is an absolute column reference. This is an absolute row reference. A mixed address, a mixed reference, would say one of these dollar signs is missing. Okay? So what we need to do is delete one of the dollar signs, and let's delete another one. Now, by doing that, in this cell, the column will never change. In this one, the row will never change. So if we do that and hit enter, and now we copy this down, we see that we have A2 plus B1. So we're adding this and this together to get 11. Here we're adding this and this together to get 11. This and this. This and this equals this. You see that we don't change one of them. Now if we go across and we pull it down, we will see that here the A1 doesn't change, but now we're C1, we're D1. Here we're still C1, we're still D1, C1, D1. The 1 never changes, the A does. So a mixed cell would say this is absolute, this is relative to where you're at. This one would say this is absolute, this is relative to where you're at. So now normally you can hit the F4 on the computer I'm using today that is not working. If you can't use the F4, you can always put in the dollar signs. So that's the short video for today. Have a great